sun goes off, it's gonna restart. And then it's gonna go off again and restart. He got a whole album just like that.
Look, for those who not know, I love Pop Smoke. So sad what happened, man. So sad. Simply because bro was 20.
Yeah.
You know, you start looking at stuff and you start looking at these kids, man. And it was nothing he did. It's literally bro was promoting something on his Instagram, didn't cover up the address. And then somebody younger than him said, I'm a hater. I gotta have it.
Yeah, it's sad, man. But I mean, that's the thing about our community. You know, we don't have a ton of opportunities as Africans living in America. I know there's plenty of defenders that are run and say that's not true, but we don't own the music labels that produce these albums.
Come on.
You know, we don't produce the restaurant groups that sell the food that we cook.
Come on.
You know, so I mean, we got to get to the point where we can start at least having an ownership percentage in these companies, but the system is set up and designed to where that's damn near impossible.
Absolutely.
So, and I wasn't taking a shot at Pop Smoke. My God, I'm never gonna be able to go to California by the end of this podcast.
Yeah, well, he's from New York, so you might not be able to go there. But yeah, we saw. Well, if you're talking about what Cali did to him, then absolutely. Yeah. Mike is not allowed in California. I'm not allowed at any old head concert ever.
And I like California, man. California women are the coolest women in the country.
They are.
They're like it's not even close. It's not even close.
That's because like out there, when you meet people from Cali, even when you know what California is good for. They good for
outside of marijuana.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Outside of weed, like the thing that Cali is good for, you don't have to be there, but as soon as you get there, it's like you die for California. It's like they good for like transforming anybody.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Now it is too expensive,
absolutely,
and it's too much traffic. So I mean, I could do without it, but
LA is dirty as shit.
Yeah, California women though, man.
They the most underrated? Nah, who got the most underrated women?
Most underrated? I mean, like, okay.
We need to do a top 5 cities.
If we talk about so let's first say we're not objectifying women. We're talking about dating.
No, this is not a womanizing or misogynistic podcast.
So, but when it comes to dating, I would say underrated, most underrated women. I love South Carolina women, man.
Oh God,
you gotta be a homer. Hold on, and I'm not saying that because that's my hometown. South Carolina women are like ride or die chicks. Like if you get a good one. Now there's bad South Carolina chicks. There's real bad South Carolina chicks.
They're right.
But like Cali chicks, I wouldn't even say are ride or die as hard as South Carolina chicks. But I would still choose a Cali chick because I've had enough of South Carolina.
Yeah. Shout out to South Carolina. I was in South Carolina this weekend. Shout out to Jared who got married. Hand claps for that because that was a huge step.
Big ups because, hey, what we talk about on this podcast, man. Bruh. Hey, married him before you put a baby in him, man.
Look, absolutely.
Congrats, my young king.
Congrats. He got a great woman. She makes a lot of money. She got a great degree. Congratulations, that brother. I got to see your brother there.
Yeah, man.
Who also has a great woman.
Hey, y'all boys nailed it, man. Y'all boys nailed it. Like I'm proud of y'all.
Look, shout out to the men out there who wife make more than them and you back.
I rubbed off on all them young men.
Absolutely. Mike was there with us telling us, don't do this.
Hey man, don't go for the baddie with the fatty.
Look, Mike was telling us, but it was fun, man. It was actually fun to be there. It was actually fun to hang with your brother actually, and just I didn't even get to hang with your brother. I got to hang with his wife. Yeah. And just to hear her talk about him, to hear her talk about y'all family, just to be glad to be there. And, it was funny because it was a hooper there, right? Yeah. And so for those who not know, Mike's sister-in-law was a hooper herself. So I was telling her, I'm like, yo, shorty over there, cross your ass up. Like, she'll put you on flu. She was like, man, don't try me like that. Like, she good. I used to be good, but she, yeah. Of course it wasn't fair. Ed's wife is, 5'7". This girl was 6'6", so it wasn't fucking fair. Yeah. But I was still talking shit. I ain't care.
I think the latter actually went to the WNBA.
Yeah. So it wasn't fair, but I still had to talk shit. And then she was laughing at me because my dumb ass decided to get on the court last Saturday, and we was playing on these plastic ass cafeteria floors.
Oh, y'all played and y'all didn't call me?
It was at 6, so I ain't know what you was. And I got told about it the night before.
Oh man, I would have came down and hooped when y'all little youngins.
Look, my knee hit that floor. That shit still hurt. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. So we got an interesting show. And first of all, before we get started, I want to tell everybody, make sure you look up the Stir Fry Podcast Facebook group. Hop in that. If you see us, make sure you follow Mike. Make sure you follow me. And
You can't follow me on Facebook because I'm not on Facebook.
He's not on Facebook.
But you can follow me on Instagram at Pastor Mike Will.
Look, please follow him because it's fucking funny.
Sometimes.
It ain't no sometimes. And he's good. And if you ever see our videos in these Facebook groups, fuck it. Respond.
Hey, respond.
Respond, let us know.
You can hate.
You can actually hate. We talked about that.
All I want is engagement.
All we need is engagement. And Mike already said he ain't down for Facebook, whatever y'all about to pull off and scam.
A Facebook podcast. Like you couldn't even I'm off of Facebook because you can't even leave a comment without somebody reporting it and getting your account suspended. So you think I'm about to put my business on Facebook? Man,
the funny thing is
about out of here, Facebook.
I made a video on TikTok and I cursed. And they muted my shit. They didn't even delete it. They just muted the whole video. Whole video. And I was like, they was like, you need to read our community guidelines. I'm thinking, well, I didn't use hate speech.
Isn't it porn on TikTok?
Damn near, yes. Absolutely. But let me tell everybody on there, because, all right, I know I make jokes about being a young guy on this pod, because I am. But I'm still in my 30s, low 30s at that. But I'm still old compared to these little kids who like 16, 17, right? And I hopped on TikTok for some business, for my photography stuff. First thing I see, all right, the algorithms are amazing because they always show you the girl that you kind of into, right?
Yeah.
So they showed me some chick who got a rack out of this world, a small waist, and she's bent over with her titties all out, and she's over here just shaking and talking about some, oh, look at my new top. And I'm like, what the fuck is this on TikTok? Because I'm thinking it's a kids platform at that.
Yeah, no, TikTok hasn't been a kids platform in like 6 years.
And then the next one is like I scroll, and then it's some more of that. And I'm like, how do they know? This is why, all right, y'all can cuss me out if you want to. This is why I laugh when women think on a social media post that they got it. And like, if I go to my Explorer page, they show me 5 girls who look just like you. The same shade, same look. They just and they in the same city. So I don't know how y'all don't fucking know each other, but whatever, man.
Yeah.
But on TikTok, it was that. And then I scroll and then it showed me some chick who ain't got no teeth. And then it showed me a tummy tuck shit. I'm like, yo, what are we looking at? TikTok is wild, but I can't say fuck. So they flagged my video. But whatever, man. Speaking about people who can't say shit, DaBaby, no offense, my brother. Shout out to the 4. Sometimes you gotta learn when to shut up, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing with DaBaby, right? So if we're gonna defend Lil Nas X, for I guess the last 2 videos he's made, then you gotta understand that DaBaby is gonna be the opposite end of that.
Absolutely.
Right. So if one is okay, the second is okay too. Does it suck because you disagree with it? Well, I mean, people that disagree with Lil Nas X, it sucks. Absolutely. All right, so people that disagree with Baby, it sucks, right?
Absolutely.
But what we always say on this podcast, I mean, there's no thought without controversy.
Absolutely.
So you have to have some sort of, controversy. Or there's no thought without offense. So you have to have some sort of offense to create a controversy so people can have conversations. This is a great, excellent opportunity to start discussing, HIV again in this country, which is kind of went under, no one really discussed it anymore. And especially considering that there seems to be a boom in men having unprotected sex with women and having, children out of wedlock.
Y'all are doing that.
Yeah, so this is an excellent opportunity to kind of revisit how we treat sex in this country. Like, do I support what DaBaby said? To be honest, I just heard what he said this morning. And again, for me, it falls under free speech. It doesn't matter like how I feel about it. Like it lands under free speech. And sometimes people you disagree with post shit that's controversial.
Absolutely.
Or sometimes they post shit that's funny. I follow Will Kane and he posted a video about the college football expansion. Yeah. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah. And fuck Will Kane, right?
Fuck Will Kane, for real. But I guess for me, so for those who not know, Rolling Loud happened. And shout out to, at least we ain't heard no reports yet. Shout out to nobody dying. Shout out to, they stage collapsed a few days before the event. Miami, I'm telling you, if you black, don't go to Miami. If you a rapper, definitely don't go to Miami. They are wilding out of Miami. Go to Cancun. It's a third of the price. Yeah. And Miami is just one of them hot spots right now where they snatching rappers up. Like rappers that make it to Miami don't seem to make it home. They getting snatched up. And Miami is just wilding out. And COVID is in Florida everywhere. So. Yeah,
I mean, COVID is jumping up here. I mean, we're back in the hundreds. I just looked at it today. Charlotte is back. Again, we was in the 70s, a month ago, and now we're back in the 300s.
Yeah, and so for those not know, DaBaby got on at the end of his set. He was trying to do the whole like put your hands in the sky, all the air in the sky, and he started saying shit.
I don't know what was on his mind, because that was an easy segue to get off the fucking stage, right?
Absolutely.
Put your camera phones in the sky. God bless all you guys. I'ma holler at y'all later.
But he goes on and saying, if you ain't got HIV, this is that. Put your phone in the sky. All right, whatever. Then
if pussy tastes like water,
which is the classic rapper thing.
Yeah.
So we know that's coming. Then you go, yo, if you didn't, give somebody oral in the parking lot. Well, if you a dude and didn't give somebody oral in the parking lot, let us, here's the thing. You could have just said, if you didn't give somebody head in the parking lot, but he kept talking. And my thing is, what you said, I don't think it was, for me, it's like, why did you need to say that? But that's not the point. The problem for me came, sometimes you either got to not give an apology or get a right apology.
Yeah. He should have said nothing, right? Exactly. He should have said nothing twice.
Exactly. And that's the thing. That's why I'm like, yo, sometimes you got to know. And then also, what do we always say? We said about this in our group chat. LeBron speaks out about social issues in other countries. Yeah. And then sometimes he ends up putting his foot in his mouth because, one, you're an employee of the NBA. You're the employee of Nike, right? Yeah. So sometimes they remind you like, yo, reminding LeBron, you got to shut up. Now, DaBaby, who signed to Interscope, who signed to, which is basically all under Universal.
Yeah. I mean, there's only like three labels now. Or I'm about to say maybe two now.
It might just be Universal and Sony. I don't fucking know. And so
is BMI still a distributor?
I don't fucking know. Yeah. But like they all bought. And the funny part is the two people that probably own them two are the same person. The same,
probably.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's one of them things where your label now is reminding you like, yo, you can't do this. And you can't say this stuff, and he losing sponsorships. Not that I think he care. It ain't even, it's bad when Chris Brown come and just write you and say, bruh, shut up. Get off stage, shut up, and keep it moving.
Yeah, and this is the thing. All right, losing sponsorships, fair.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, this is freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
So we can't sit here and bash DaBaby. And why is it two of y'all? Like, why? Like, didn't nobody?
Ain't no more rapper names, man. I got to speak for the young boys.
Why is it two of y'all? Like, I get tired of that. But anyway, like, he can say what he wants to say. I will always stand for his ability to say whatever the hell he want to say, even if it's offensive. Like, I'm sorry, but sometimes motherfuckers don't like you, and they are allowed to say it. Now, if he start inciting violence,
absolutely,
then we have to draw it in. But yeah, I mean.
Absolutely. Before we go to the next thing, so DaBaby brings out Tory Lanez, who's in an active beef with Meg Thee Stallion.
Still?
Yeah. Well, think about it. This is why.
He did shoot her. So apologies.
Here's the thing.
Allegedly,
you shot her, right? It's been a year, bruh. We ain't got no trial. I think they pressed charges, but now they not moving forward with it. It's so weird what's going on, which leads me to say, what the hell is up?
Yeah.
And my bigger question is, what happens if we find out? Because Tory Lanez keeps saying, in a few weeks I'll be able to talk about this situation, meaning he can't speak about certain shit. What if we figure out what happens if he says, yo, this is the proof to let y'all know I never shot this woman? Because he's been saying he didn't do that all along. And for me, what happens? Do Spotify come out and apologize and say, yo,
no one ever apologizes, because there's only one gender that has accountability on this planet.
Uh-oh, here we go.
And we ain't even got to go down that rabbit hole. Everybody, I didn't say what gender, right? I inferred it, but everyone knows what I'm saying because it's true. So no, there's no accountability with one of the genders.
Okay.
So no one is going to come out and apologize. And here's the thing: as a man, you shouldn't even expect it.
Okay.
Right? Like you shouldn't even expect an apology. Like when people, if people do you wrong or mistreat you or fuck you over, if you really expecting them to come and say I'm sorry, like you can't move on with your life until somebody comes to you and say I'm sorry. I mean, you weak. You weak. And that doesn't mean that an apology doesn't help. But also, I mean, you're built different. You have to be cut from a different cloth. You know what I'm saying? So if you the type of man that gets sad because a motherfucker didn't apologize to you,
you don't hold your breath.
Yeah, grow up.
Don't hold your breath.
Grow up, man.
So what we got next, man?
Let's see here. Oh, Dr. Dre got to pay $300K a month in spousal support until she remarries.
Okay, first question. Is she ever going to get married?
No. Hell no. She's not going to get married.
Okay, so she's not going to get married. I don't think. Why would you? You were just married to Dr. Dre. Good or bad or indifferent.
Yeah,
why don't you just have a boyfriend for the rest of your life?
He was married for, over 20 years.
Absolutely. So why you want to go back down that road? But also, my thing is, a lot of people not making a big deal out of this. Does it have to do with, to a billionaire, this doesn't matter?
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter. And here's the thing. $3 million
a year?
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit over 3?
3.5.
Yeah.
And the fact that, it's not half his fortune. Like Dre's worth like, probably like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Even. So he don't have to give up $500 million. I believe she was originally asking for $200 million.
Yeah.
So you ain't got to give up $200 million. I mean, she'd have to live to be 60 more years.
Yeah.
Like she'd have to live to be 110.
Congratulations on the win for us.
So
congratulations.
No, I mean, I definitely think definitely a win. But here's the other thing.
Okay.
As men, when a woman have invested that much time in you. Good, bad, indifferent. I know y'all hate this shit. I know y'all hate this.
They hate it.
Say,
oh gosh.
But this is some real grown man shit, man. If you have a woman that you have had kids with and y'all are not together, bro, you're responsible for that woman well-being until she remarries. You just really are, because that is the mother of your children.
Yeah.
And if something happens to her, it affects them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really care about your kids, like you just got to care. I ain't saying you got to pay 10% of your salary.
Yeah.
But you have to care. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If she needs something, if you need to check on her, if she's down, it's sort of your responsibility. I don't understand in America why we're in this place of the moment we're done with somebody, like we can't just disagree and move on.
Yeah.
It has to be a fuck you.
Yeah.
Like that is not life, man. That is not real life, that every time you walk away from somebody or disagree with somebody, there has to be a fuck you.
Well, you talking about maturity though.
Exactly, which is what we have to strive to be, because there's no way to gain these millions that we want. There's no way to build the businesses that we want if we're not mature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a niche market for immature men, sassy ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? They could go back and forth, but it's niche though. Like look how controversial they have to be for them to make it. Most men don't even have big ups to the dudes who are controversial and say whatever the fuck they want on their pod. Yeah. Because most men would never be able to absorb that ridicule on a daily basis and combat that shit for decades sometimes, it seems, for these sassy ass dudes.
Funny enough, I got a homeboy. I was talking to him and he was telling me about the mother of his child. And I said, how are they? How are y'all? He's like, man, I'm good. She got a man or whatnot. And he said, but I still look out.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you mean? He's like, man, she hit me up. He said, I have my child most of the time out of us two. He said, but she hit me up asking me for some money. He said, I just give it to her. And I said, why? I asked him why, because I'm just interested about your logic. And he said the same thing you said. He said, bruh, if I got to send my daughter back home with her and she's stressing out because of some money,
it's gonna stress my daughter out.
My daughter is gonna be looking like, what is already? He was like, my daughter already asked me, why aren't we together?
Exactly.
He's like, and his daughter's young. He's like, I'm explaining that. Then I got to turn around and explain why your mom's stressed out about maybe the lights being on. And he was like, I just send it to her. I'm like, yo, here you go. He's like, and I finally got to a point. I'm like, don't even tell me what you need it for. He's like, but he told me, he said, bruh, took me a minute to get there.
Yeah, and that's it's a maturity thing, and it's a love for your child thing.
Absolutely.
So if you guys, first off, we always say like men should not have babies unless they're married.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. Like, do not have a baby if you're not married. There is zero reason, and we're gonna talk about it today, to have a baby out of wedlock. 0%. There's no reason, right? Like you're already getting the pussy.
Yeah.
Right? Like so what else are you trying to prove?
Wow.
You trying to leave a baby there?
Yeah.
Like no. There's zero reason to have a baby out of wedlock.
Before we go to the next stuff, first of all, we gotta talk about the Olympics. We forgot about that. First of all, let's start with basketball. What's going on? I'm gonna tell you my reason. I don't think these dudes give a shit.
Shit. You know what? But I'm glad you brought this up, because I was discussing this last week. I really think that what's going on right now, what you find in America right now, is there's an apathy.
Okay.
In the Olympics, right? Because there is not this pride of country right now for blacks in this country.
Thank you.
So if you're talking
Mike
about
is still in my point.
Everything from George Floyd,
absolutely,
Mike Brown, Philando Castile, if you add all that up from then to now,
Yeah. Let's just take the last 4 years.
Yeah, athletes are going to get their money.
Yeah.
But I'm not about to bust my ass.
Yeah.
For this country, right? When I say this country, I'm not talking about United States of America. I'm talking about where we are culturally in this country.
Yeah.
So if you want the top motherfuckers to actually show up and be prideful, then for once stand on our fucking side when we're talking about the economic wage disparity between blacks and white.
Yeah.
Stand up with us when we're talking about, hey, we need y'all to dismantle white supremacy out of the laws.
Well, they don't
stand up with us when we're saying, hey, we need you to get all the shitty cops out of your police departments, all the shitty, soldiers out of the military.
Absolutely.
And actually focus on what's the danger to this country, which is militant white supremacy. Like, that's the danger to this country.
Yeah.
So when all of America's like, nah, we're just gonna elect Trump.
Yeah.
Like we ask for all this shit and everybody's like, nah, we're just gonna elect a bigot fascist, into the highest land of office. I'm not surprised that motherfuckers are kind of just going to the Olympics like, yo,
I'm here.
It was a trip to Tokyo.
Yeah, it was a free trip. I
trip
get my
to
business
Tokyo.
stuff off. You know what? And let me tell y'all this. If Trump would have won the last election, we would have been losing worse.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But I definitely think I believe that there's a fatigue, and I believe that there's an apathy, and to all the people that is complaining about how athletes are not going above and beyond, well,
what you expect?
Why don't you put up some athletes that are not people of color
into
these Olympics, so they can win? Why don't you do that,
bro? I looked at it in some. I'm in a sports group. Shout out to the First Take Facebook group. If you don't know, look up First Take 2.0 Reloaded. It's the funniest shit ever, and everybody was in there complaining. I said, yo, can you imagine playing in the NBA, complaining in the U.S. about police brutality, and then going across seas and saying, hey, we want you to represent the country that basically just told you for the last few years, fuck it. I said, yo, I personally believe, I don't know if anybody's paying attention, I really believe these boys are over there to see how good everybody else is. To see like, I believe KD is there so he can understand what Bam is really good at, and what he's trash at.
And I think, I don't think they hate the country, but again, I don't believe that anybody is going above and beyond.
I'm not gonna get injured for this shit.
And people are COVID exhausted. We're tired of being cooped up, being locked up. We're tired of half of the country not giving a fuck. Yeah. The other half giving a fuck, and because of that, this shit is just stretching out to be damn near internal.
And then the government don't know what the fuck they talking about.
So
they're going back and forth.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where I think it's a lot of everything. And discussing those things, hey, big up to the Hmong, the first Hmong American, getting the gold medal. That was a big deal for their community. Yep. What was her name? Suni Lee.
Yeah.
Hey, big ups to them. And this is why when I see a ethnic minority, get a gold medal. Big ups to the Philippines. Lady won their gold medal, their first country's gold medal. It's because representation matter. I will never ever forget, knowing that McNair was astronaut from Lake City, South Carolina. I'll never forget that Arthur Ashe won Wimbledon, however you pronounce that. I'll never forget, Tiger Woods winning the Masters. When I'm my first stint in college. Like I would never forget those things because representation matters. So when I see these communities get their first Olympians or their first gold medals, man, like this is gonna be stuff that lasts forever. Like all of us know who Jesse Owens is.
Absolutely.
You say that name, we all know it in our community. And these names, I forget the wrestler's name. Yeah. The powerlifter name from the Philippines, but they'll never forget her name.
Absolutely.
So big ups on these minorities that won their country's first gold medals or their ethnic group first gold medals.
You ready for it?
Ready for what?
We got to talk about Simone.
Oh man, we're gonna step into it. So we're going DaBaby and Simone. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. You know what, man? Look.
Oh gosh.
Since we're here,
when the way Mike started,
I'm gonna go ahead and step into it. Look, Simone. I don't think Simone is weak. I mean, the girl has played with broken toes. Yeah. In Olympics. I think that Simone realized. I actually read an article on it before I came here. They were saying that she has basically like the yips, but they call them the twisties. Okay. In gymnastics, which is basically you just mentally can't perform, right? Like you forget how to technically do something, like the yips. So Ben Simmons in the playoffs, right? He had the yips. Giannis shooting free throws, he had the yips, right?
Okay.
It's a sports psychology thing. Here's my problem. Is that we instantly went, it was a mental illness thing. And then you had people defending things that have happened to her whole life.
Yeah.
And that's not what it was. This is wholly an athletic thing.
Yeah.
It has to do with the Olympics. Not speaking for Simone, but reading what gymnasts say, they're like, these are gymnast yips. They're twisties. And it's one or two ways that this could have went. Simone could have injured herself greatly, or she could have pushed through and been the fourth, the third, the second best in the events, because she pulled herself out of all the events. So whatever decision she make, it's her decision.
Absolutely.
But we also have to recognize that if you're in competition and you can't compete, you fell under pressure.
Yeah.
You fell under pressure.
It's tough because you see the situation and the media got to make their story, right? And while I understand the media got to make their story, they were smart in saying what we're not going to do. It seemed like everybody was like this, it's a couple people. What we can't do is like demonize her or play on this and catch an L. Catch it straight media wise. But we have to label things the correct way.
Exactly. And that was my problem, is that it went straight to mental illness.
Absolutely.
And look, right now, therapy, dealing with your trauma, childhood baggage, these are all fucking buzzwords, right? Because no one's doing the fucking work.
Yeah.
No one's doing the fucking work, right? People go to the two therapy sessions. Yeah. Therapists tell them what's wrong with them.
And they good.
And they don't want to deal with it, so they never go back, right? Like, because at least I tried.
Yeah, I tried it.
I didn't become better, but I tried.
I felt good that week.
Exactly. And everything get thrown under mental illness, because there's people that are really mentally ill. There's people that's actually dealing with bipolar, disorders, borderline personality disorders, schizophrenia. There's people out here that are actually suffering. So I hate when just the average person just gets to say, my failure can be considered a mental illness. That's bullshit, because failure is actually needed. I'll be honest with you. This has nothing to do with this, and this has nothing to do with Simone. But what does it tell us when things aren't going well, that we can just step off? Like what message is that? There's nothing that occurs because it was perfect the first fucking time. Yeah. Nothing. There's nothing that occurs. Every company makes snafus and missteps. I mean, besides Apple. Yeah. Well, but shit, even they did during the 90s, right? Like, their stock fell all the way off. Yeah. Like, you have to take risks, you have to take chances. And if it fails, all right, well, you gotta find a way to get back, right? Like the Chinese proverb, hey, fall 7 times, get up 8. Yep. So I didn't really like that portion of it, but I'm not going to. It's problematic to go at her saying, did she quit? Yeah. Whereas we all know, if that was a male gymnast, that was a heterosexual black male, and he quit, it'll be the biggest story on ESPN right now. Yeah. And that I do have a problem with. And maybe that is a double standard. Yeah, it is. But I at least want us to be honest there. You know what I'm saying? That we went major cap all of a sudden. Yeah. Which, okay, I got it. She had the twisties. She could have hurt herself. Yeah. All that I understood. But also, I think it says something powerful to battle back. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because in every other sport, when someone battles back, I love Formula 1 racing because I got into it because of Lewis Hamilton back in the day. Yeah. And when someone falls to the back of the pack and then they battle back and then they make the podium, right, which is just top 3, right? They don't have to win. Yeah. It's a big fucking deal. They get driver of the day because they battled back. So I think it's a big deal to show sometimes, like, you can experience some adversity and battle back. But we live in a society where it's like, oh, shit too hard. Yeah, bye. You good. We just gonna quit.
And you know what happens is when you tell the truth about something and you educate people, now people know how to label things. They call it correctly. And guess what? Now, when I'm doing something, if I'm in a sport or if I'm in a situation, I can know actually what I'm dealing with. And guess what? I know, hey, maybe if I stick around, I might hurt myself. I'm just mentally not here. Yeah. Versus I have a mental illness and I'm taking a mental break. I'm like, nah, you
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, you cracked under pressure. It happened.
It happens.
LeBron has 6 final losses, right?
Yeah.
All of them he didn't crack under pressure, but I mean, I'll tell anybody, yeah, the Spurs in the Mavs series, that shit was terrible. I can't defend it.
My man had cramps.
I can't defend. You know what I'm saying? I can't defend it. But,
That's why.
But the thing about it is, though, can you come back from it?
Absolutely.
Like that's what made the Cleveland championship great. That's what made the Golden State championship great. Those 2 championships are way better than the 2 Miami championships. Yeah. It's because you dealt with the adversity, you came back, you battled back from it. I'm not saying what Simone has to do. I'm saying we have to be careful with how we're. Simone ain't labeling the message, right? Like the message is being labeled by Twitter community.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And we got to be careful with how we just label this as it's okay that if you're not your best self to just quit. I mean, I'm sorry if you're the 5th best human on the planet at something.
Yeah. You
fucking nailed it.
You great. Nobody's coming up to you.
Nobody's coming up to you and saying like, man, like if you're the 5th best banker on this planet, you're probably a billionaire. If you're the 5th best computer programmer, you're probably a billionaire.
Absolutely.
There's nothing that you could be the 5th best at that you're not getting paid for.
Yeah.
And she's not the 5th best. She's the greatest.
Yeah.
She just had an off day.
It was an off day.
So I don't like the narrative that that the Twitter sphere is making.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think Simone did the right thing. If she's not feeling it, if she knows that like, yo, I can't do these twists in my head because I forgot. I know what that's like. I play golf. I've had a golf season where my driver just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like literally, I can swing a driver, right?
Yeah.
But the whole golf season, it just mentally, I couldn't swing it. I couldn't make contact.
Yeah.
I've rode motorcycles. Anybody in Charlotte, knows that. Hey, I had a R1 and a Gixxer 1000.
Yeah.
Anybody who's rode 151 with me on Highway 221, you can post in the comments. Was I good or was I bad? You know what I'm saying? But I've had days where I would hop on my motorcycle and in 5 minutes I'm back home.
Yeah.
Because mentally I'm just not in it.
Yeah.
But for the performance it's going to take for me to ride the way I like to ride, mentally I'm not focused enough to ride. I get on it, go up to a light. Ooh, I ain't feeling this. I ain't paying attention the way I need to pay attention.
Yeah.
Drive it home, park it right in the garage. So again, if that was what was going on with Simone, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But this narrative that's just okay. It's just okay to like if you can't compete to quit. That's not a narrative that she's putting out, but that is a narrative that Twitter sphere is making okay.
It's having fun with.
Yeah.
We can stick on sports, man. PJ Wash.
Oh man. So speaking of sports, Dre paying $300,000 a month.
Break this down for me, man.
PJ Washington. Woo boy. Hey man. The funniest Twitter I saw was PJ Washington had just signed Brittany Griner to an 18-year, $200,000 a year contract.
Look, for those who not know what's going on, I'm about to find this shit. Hold on, because you sent it to us.
Hey, you know what? Before we go there, you play your clip. Let's play the clip of the woman that he got pregnant.
Hold on, here you go. Here go the quote.
All right. We go to let's listen to Miss Future Washington, maybe,
yeah,
herself. Oh, where is she? All right.
Use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. There's people to deal with.
All right, let's listen to her again.
The athletes, none of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
So
she chuckled.
Well, she's not lying.
She's evidently absolutely not lying.
Like let me put it like this.
This is the gospel of Brittany. If there's a book of thoughts,
she's in there.
She has a chapter.
So what's funny is I used to work at a hotel, the only luxury hotel at that moment in Charlotte, and all the athletes used to come there. And why that's funny is because athletes, no matter what they say, they willing to smash anything. They really are. I don't care. And so for those who don't know, in that, I've seen athletes who are worth tens of millions of dollars, look at a server and try to be like, yo, I smash. Just because they willing to smash anything. They don't care. Now, when you have somebody that don't make $40,000, $50,000 a year, looking at a dude who's worth tens of millions of dollars and says, yo, he is a lame, then you really got to be actually fucking lame. Like, it's that bad. And so what I'm trying to say is, These athletes are absolutely stupid. Their game is trash, and they cornballs.
But here's the thing. I mean, so they have to do better because these men are. They're corporations in themselves. So they have to do better. Like the fact that PJ Washington, like she made this video. This had to be either before she met PJ Washington or during her meeting PJ Washington. So because I think I want to say she's been following him since he was at Kentucky.
Absolutely, she's been following him since he was 18.
Okay, so
they've been linked since then.
That would if a man followed a woman, right? Like if there was a hedge fund manager that was at a University of South Carolina game following a basketball player that was a freshman, that would be frowned upon.
What are you 27 for talking to an 18-year-old? What y'all have in common?
Well, I mean, obviously just that biological chemistry, right?
Shout out to Lisa Ann, the porn star, when she was smashing that dude at like Ohio State or some shit, which was fucking funny.
Yeah,
but she made it known. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So I think Brittany did what Brittany's supposed to do.
Absolutely.
I don't think she messed up at all.
Nah.
I think she fucking nailed it. I think she's going to be an inspiration for women around the United States of America.
Absolutely.
On getting that check.
He still play for us?
Yeah.
Oh, he got to go.
No, but here's the thing. Okay,
you got to go, bro.
All right, so here's the thing on PJ. So we got the draft tonight, right?
Absolutely.
And they're talking about they want Miles Turner, right? They want to trade to get Miles Turner. Here's the thing. Miles Turner isn't better than PJ. Like they're the same player. They're the exact, and PJ might have more upside.
No.
Yeah. Yes. PJ might have more upside.
Miles Turner from Indiana.
Yes.
No way.
PJ might have more upside. So
here we go.
Here's the thing, man. Brittany just secured that bag early as fuck, and I got to give her props for that because this is a hustling podcast.
Absolutely.
So I got to give her props.
Nothing is better than the woman who you know what she there to do. You can't tell me nobody didn't tell PJ at Kentucky, yo. Well, I mean, she's here for this.
She's an attractive woman.
Absolutely.
And I stopped following Brittany like maybe 6-7 years ago. But since Brittany has been online, because she was just a regular chick that was online that took off on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Because I mean she had an amazing body.
She fine.
She fine. So look, I can't fault PJ for smashing.
No.
But when a woman says, if you want to come on pop off a check, fucking athlete, but they never use protection.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I mean, look, sometimes we get with women that we don't know are bad women.
True.
But sometimes they make Instagram posts and the shit circulate the internet.
Yeah.
And it's easy to find.
You just Google.
Yeah. So on that note, hey, I'm recommending that men don't do what PJ do because here's the thing. So let's talk about this today. All right, the cost of out of wedlock babies.
Oh shit.
All right, so here's the thing.
Okay, here we go.
Be with who you want. Have sex with who you want.
Okay.
You use protection. But if you don't want to, hey,
there's
download.
There's apps.
Yeah, download the apps. Track the woman's ovulation cycle. Don't have sex within that window. So you got the whole other 24 days, right? Even if you do 2 days before and 2 days after, you got the whole 24 days that you can have unprotected sex with this woman and not get her pregnant.
Yes, it's a possibility you won't.
Yeah, gentlemen, it's a strong possibility. It's like it's damn near impossible. Look, getting pregnant is harder than what we think.
Absolutely, a lot has to go right.
A lot has to go right, man.
A lot has to go right.
So it's not as simple as you just show up, drop the dick in, spill baby batter, and then she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Like a lot of shit have to go right. Gentlemen, stop having unprotected sex with these women during the ovulation cycle unless you've already put a ring on that woman's finger.
Yeah.
Or you have every intention to. And I'm saying every intention to, I'm not talking about, baby, I want to marry you because you're trying to fuck.
Nah.
I'm talking about like, nah, you like, yo, I can't live without this woman.
Yeah.
So short of that, guys, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Track her ovulation cycle. I don't know how many times I'm gonna like have to say this season. But with that said, this is why you do not have babies out of wedlock.
Okay, let's hear it. This is about to be funny.
You got a place, she got a place. All right?
Yes.
Y'all rent. This podcast is nationwide, so I'm gonna throw a range. I'm gonna just throw an average out there.
Okay.
Rent's $1,500, right?
They not in Charlotte.
You paying for your place, she's paying for her place.
All right.
All right. Utilities, right? If you just do internet, power, gas, water, gas, right? That's probably another $300 a month.
Okay.
She's paying that at her place. You're paying that at your place.
Cool.
Food, $600 a month, easy.
Yeah.
All right. She's paying that at her place. You're paying that at your place.
Okay.
You're at $2,400 a month.
Okay.
She's paying that at her place. You're paying that at your place. If y'all was together, you would not be spending $4,800 a month.
No, you won't.
You'd be spending $2,400 a month.
Absolutely.
By having babies out of wedlock, you are costing yourself, on average, $29,000 a year. You're out of college job. Like what they pay kids when they come out of college, on average. That's how much you're costing yourself if you have a baby out of wedlock and you and that woman are not in the same house.
And you really don't even know her.
And you don't even know her, bro. $29,000 a year. That's what I ain't even put medical, dental, child support if you have it, right? Because if there's a wage imbalance, right? If you're making 75 and she's making 35, doesn't matter if y'all got joint custody.
Yeah.
If she wants you on child support, bro, you're paying child support.
I remember I was talking to a dude. I was young. He said, don't have a kid. And I said, why? He said, if you want a kid, don't have one. He said, watch your boy who do it. Let's say you don't have a kid. He said, save up what he paying child support. He said, when a kid turned 18, he said, go get you a Ferrari. And I looked at him. I said, what? He said, I promise you, after 18 years, if you save what he gives in child support, you'll go get you a Ferrari.
Yeah.
You can pay it off right there.
I'm telling you.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
And here's the thing, right? Because we never think about this in like in actual dollars because we're emotional as fuck. All right, bro. I'm not even talking about your mental well-being. Yeah. I ain't talking about your spiritual well-being. I ain't talking about your physical health.
Oh my God.
Bro, we're just talking about just what it costs to be in a separate house with a child. Bro, $29,000 a year. Because here's the thing. This is why you need to be together. Because if you're both working and y'all both have that, if you make it if you have $29,000 a year in free cash flow, bro, y'all can go to Fiji every year. You can go to Paris every year.
Yeah.
Look, even if you hate a motherfucker, I promise you, if you're spending time in Fiji and Hawaii and Paris, it'll probably make it easier. A
lot easier.
If you save that money, right? Like let's say you met a chick back in 2010, right? And y'all been beefing for the last 10 years. Let me tell you what your $29,000 a year would have done, right? If you would have put $1,000 in Bitcoin in 2010, it would be worth $114 million today. If you would have put $1,000 in Tesla, it'd be worth $39,000 today. If you would have put $1,000 in Amazon, it'd be worth $24,000 today.
I wish.
All right. So if you would have just take a third of the fucking money
that
you'll be spending in a split fucking home. I'm not even talking about child support. I'm talking about like you and this chick get along co-parenting.
Yeah.
And she don't have you on child support. You see your kid, she see the kid. Y'all are doing everything together. You have cost yourself being a fucking millionaire. You've cost yourself $1 million. Your child is 10 for no other reason that you decided to hit raw during her ovulation cycle.
On a person you don't know.
Bro, we have to stop having babies out of wedlock.
Bro, yeah, because, well, we ain't
even talking about opportunity costs, right? We ain't even talking about like the big shit. We're just talking about like real costs.
Yeah, we talking about that. But what we're not talking about is like, all right, you get this woman pregnant. She make your life hell. You not in your kid's life, even though you still paying and shit.
We ain't even talking about that.
And then you bringing up another boy or girl who got daddy issues.
Yes, like we not even going down that path. We're actually just talking about the cost. The cost of having a baby out of wedlock. Don't do it, man. Like you guys are costing yourselves $1 million fucking dollars. Every baby that you have out of wedlock, you have cost yourself $1 million minimum.
Look,
minimum,
and it don't stop when they turn 18.
No, it never stops. It never stops. If you have a child with somebody, it doesn't stop until someone is dead. Like literally, until someone has passed. Right? God forbid the child. You don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
But God forbid also the other parent. Like I know people who dads died or their moms died when they were young. Right? And you thinking like, oh man, at least I ain't got to deal with that person no more. It don't happen like that.
Nah.
Like even with the person, even with the parent that's left. They still are always constantly dealing with the pain of the person that they've opened their womb to or the person whose womb they seeded. Like, man, those connections are forever. Like, we really got to take this shit way more serious.
Absolutely.
Like, we just can't be out here just making fucking babies. For one, you're negative $1 million the moment you make a baby. If you're not married, you're negative $1 million. Off gate, off top. You have a kid, negative $1 million.
Mike said,
start from there.
You're not going to have your money.
You're not going to have your money. And you ain't going to have your time.
Look, man. I wish I had that Ferrari, but now I'm about to have a kid, so I guess I'm training in a Ferrari for.
Yeah, but you're married. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine how much money you'd be spending if y'all was not in two separate places.
Gosh.
You know, like we gotta stop doing kids. Nothing's wrong with kids. Kids are fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like the best thing that ever happened to me was becoming a father.
Absolutely.
But when you have kids in two separate places,
yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
More than what it
like
should be.
just the real cost, and it's expensive on everything. It's expensive on your health. It's expensive on your mental. Like you're paying in places that you never even wanted to be paying, man.
Miles on your car to go drop the kid off.
Man, exactly. Time to go drop the kid off. Like look, have these kids in marriages. If you're not married, why you want a kid if you ain't married?
You're just gonna be connected to somebody even longer.
Yes, that don't like you.
That don't like, bro. I don't. It amazes me, and it doesn't amaze me because of a bad thing, but it does amaze me how many people who have a kid with somebody, and they come back and say, "Yo, I didn't even know this was in this person."
Yeah,
because a lot of times people change when they have kids. I understand that. I've seen it in my own eyes. I've seen it in friendships of people, you know, and people do change when they have a kid. But sometimes it's not even like, oh, they changed. Sometimes it's like, I had no idea this was in that person.
Yeah.
And it's sad, man. And sometimes, you know, me and you had this conversation last season. I said, we was talking about Jeff Bezos, about him eating, right? And you were saying, yo, he don't have time to think about what I'm eating tonight.
Yeah.
That's money lost if he got to figure out what the hell I'm eating.
Like, why? I'm worth $100 billion.
Why do I have to think about
why do I think about what I want to eat?
I don't even care what hits my taste buds.
Yeah, like someone can figure that out. For matter of fact, I make so much money that someone can give me 3 fucking options.
Yeah,
right?
They cook all 3.
They can cook all 3, and I can just go in and get what I want. And that's the thing. Like, okay, discussing that, that's the benefit of having a good partner. You know, and I know we mostly talk to black men, but like men or women, right?
Yeah.
When you have a solid partner, it's just so much shit that they take off your plate.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that just, it allows you to flourish, right? It allows you, like if you want to start a business and your wife got a full-time job so you can quit your job and you ain't got to worry about healthcare for you and your kids, you can take that risk. You can take that opportunity.
Absolutely.
You know, the same thing. If a woman has a kid and she don't want to put that, you know, like an 8-week-old or a 12-week-old in a daycare. Like that it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like to even think about that. Like an 8-week baby, I'm trusting it with a stranger.
A stranger, yeah.
Like, but the fact that we've normalized that in this country, like if you could, as a man, say, you know what, babe, take off. Take off all the time you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got us.
us.
It makes life so much easier. And I don't understand why we keep choosing the things that are hard versus choosing the things that are good. But I do, right? Because in this country, we've confused pleasure and reward. You know what I'm saying? Like if I eat chocolate cake every day, right? Like that's pleasurable, right? Like if I had a piece of chocolate cake in front of me right now, that's pleasure.
That
right?
is.
So if you say, Mike, all right, do you want to eat the chocolate cake or do you want to go run 3 miles?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want the chocolate cake because that's going to be more pleasurable.
Absolutely.
All right. If I'm faced with that same decision tomorrow, you want to eat chocolate cake or you want to run 3 miles? I want to eat chocolate cake. It's pleasurable, right? So we're confusing what these two things are. Now, at the end of a year, you have 365 days of eating chocolate cake.
Guess what?
And then you have 365 days of running, right?
Yeah.
Where's the reward?
Absolutely.
The person that has ran those 365, days. That person has the reward.
Absolutely.
But we haven't experienced, quote unquote, any pleasure. And that's where we at in this country, is that we've confused what's pleasure versus reward. You eat that cake every day for 365 days, you've probably added 20 pounds.
Absolutely.
Versus the person that has ran every day, probably lost 20 pounds. Who's in better shape? Who has more energy? One of these people had discipline and they got reward.
Absolutely.
One of these people had pleasure, and I don't know what's the opposite of reward. Right? Unreward. I don't know.
Unreward. All right, Mike got to find this video of Kevin Samuels because this shit better be funny.
Okay, hey, what Kevin Samuels done right? What Kevin Samuels done wrong? And I love this dude, man. I love this dude.
Kevin Samuels, you are fucking funny.
He is.
There's a bill due. How many of you women are shocked right now? Not realizing how many dudes out here you got a coochie balance with. Every dude that you have in the beta male orbiter, you got a coochie balance with.
All right. What Kevin Samuels said right and what Kevin Samuels said wrong. Here's the thing.
Oh, gosh.
I think that the coochie balance thing, that's definitely a young man thing. So the fact that Kevin is bringing this up, I don't believe that men go out with women with the expectation of sex, right?
Okay.
I think men would like to have sex with women.
Absolutely.
I think that's fine, and I think that's normal, and that's biology. But I don't think that grown men are taking out random women, expecting to have sex at the end of the night. He was wrong on this one.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So you don't think that men say, okay, I understand what you're saying. Do you think men get to a point where it's like, I've invested this much, the box should be around the corner?
So I understand that way of thought. It's not the way that I think.
Absolutely.
Because for me, everything human is on the table when I date a woman up front.
Okay.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like I don't expect more emotions from her later. I expect to know her better and to be able to pull those emotions out of her. Mm-hmm. But I don't go with if-then statements, right? So so if you tell me, Mike, if you do this, then I'll do this, I'm out. Yeah, because I don't believe in political love. I don't believe in lustful love. I believe in fulfilling love. So I want a woman that's a whole person. Absolutely. That comes in and gives me herself because that's what makes her happy, right? She's not trying to reward me for good behavior. Yeah, her taking care of her man is what she's looking to do, right? Because when I'm with a woman, I'm not like, if she does this, then I'll do that, right? Like I'm doing all the things that I want to do as a man because those are the things that make me happy being a man. Absolutely. So I don't, and I know everybody's not there, right? Like a lot of people are still in the quid pro quo. Yeah. What you do for me, I do for you. But even still, I think men of means, because Kevin's podcast is about high valued men. And I think when men have that kind of time and money, now one thing he did say, we don't care about women time and money. I mean, we don't care about women money.
We don't.
So he's absolutely right about that. Like we would date any woman that makes us happy.
Absolutely.
So, women do need to understand that when you come and you're trying to show me everything you got, I don't care. I had
a friend, and she was asking me about one of my homeboys, and her resume was great. Yeah. And so he knew I was taking pictures of her, and so he said, "Yo, I'm gonna slide through. Me and her been talking. I want to just come and like see her in person." And before she got there, I was trying to text her and be like, "Don't even come." Because Shorty kept running off her resume the entire time. And when somebody heard, I'm not talking about her job or what I do or what she kept running about how much money she had. Yeah. Because she made good money.
We don't care.
And the first thing he said, she was running off her money, how her car was paid off, she was buying a crib, and Dude, I got this, I don't need him to do it for this. Care. And I remember bruh came up, he listened to her, he left, he's like, I don't care about none of that shit.
I don't care about any of that. Are you nice? Are you a good person?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what my favorite restaurant is? Wild Wings. You're not going to impress me with money.
So
you're just not.
That is funny when men like women be like, oh, where you want to eat at? But like, why you want to eat that? I was like, yo, I like it.
I like it. Like
people don't know. Every Thursday after my pies, I go to Fridays. Yeah, it's not because I love Fridays so much. I go in there, the atmosphere is cool. Yeah. I get drunk. I come in here and talk. Then I got to go in there and talk some more because people just know I talk shit. But it's like, look, my boy took his girl to Steak 48 yesterday. He had fun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My wife wanted to go to 131 Main yesterday. I'm like, I'm good. Yeah. We just went to Bad Daddy's just because it was just like, yo, certain things don't have to be impressive because you know what it is about men? You get raised. For years, men get raised on, you don't have to depend on nobody. Yeah. And sometimes we watch women, especially if you grow up with women, whether it's your sisters or you close to your aunts and cousins and stuff, you hear them get raised with, you don't need to depend on no man for nothing. And there's a difference between you don't need to be able to depend on anybody and you don't need to depend on no man, which is cool. There's two different messages. And as men, we just talk like, yo, if you want something, you don't need to be worrying about no man or woman ever giving it to you. You got to go get it yourself.
Yeah, you got to go get it. But also that helps us so we don't misunderstand the role of a woman. Like the role of a woman in a man's life is to bring calm, balance, peace, and comfort. Right? Those are the places where men expect women to fill in. Like men truly do not expect women to cook, clean, and have babies. Those are not the things that men expect. That's become the message. But when a man meets a woman, like, he's not meeting her like, damn, she washed dishes good as fuck, right? He's not thinking that, right?
All the dudes I know wash dishes, by the way.
Yeah, like, unload the dishwasher, unload the dishwasher. Every man I know unloads the dishwasher because nobody wants to unload the dishwasher.
No.
So so again, it's not like so this message that, like, oh man, men expect women to just cook, clean. Like, yeah, do men want children? Yes. Yeah. Right? But men hate complaining. So if men could have babies, it would be off women's table. Because men would be like, you know what? I'll do it.
I don't want to hear this shit.
I don't even want to hear it. Now that'd be one kid. It would not be 4 kids.
I'm laughing now. My wife already told me. She gave me the talk a couple days ago. She was like, yo, I'm giving you a heads up. This next one ain't coming right out. Yeah. And I looked at her. I said,
hey, can't even say
what
that.
I'm going to say?
Yeah, what can I say? Yeah, like you,
grateful, thankful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
but
holding it down.
Because if it was me hearing her, what she's going through.
Yeah.
And my wife, shout out to my wife, because she told me before this whole process, she said, yo, I'm going to do my best not to complain.
Yeah.
And not to stress you out, wondering if I'm stressed out. And I know it's a lot of things she keep in. And I told her, I said, look, if it was me, it would be one. And we will be out. We will be out of here. I already know. If you tell me your body changing like this, nah, I'm good. It'll be one kid. Do we got our simp post of the week?
Man, we do have a simp post of the week.
Oh gosh, here we go.
All right. So this simp post of the week is from the guy calls himself Coochie. That's at where Kel's been.
I hate you.
And this is what he said. He said, yeah, I buy pussy. Not because I need to, but I'm really just too busy and too grown to try to finesse the draws off. I got more money than time. Now, I debated whether or not it was a simp post, but I definitely wanted to mention it because, gentlemen, when you post shit like this is a weird flex.
It's a weird flex.
Go ahead. All right. I'm sorry. I've been in way too many South Carolina and Georgia strip clubs to judge about dropping money on women.
South Carolina is the most underrated place for strip clubs.
It really is. So I'm not about to bash a man for spending money on naked women dancing. Now, I'm not about to do that or whatever he's spending money on.
Yeah.
But what I am gonna say is when you have to post that,
yeah,
it's a little simpy.
When you dudes go out your way to like shit on women because of your failed relationships,
yeah,
it's weird to me.
It is,
it's
bitter, man. It's bitter, man.
It's bitter and sassy.
Yeah,
at the same time.
is sassy.
But it's like I'm letting y'all know, like, yo, I ain't got because what he's basically saying is, yo, I don't got time to deal with you. I can go pay for what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you ever even want to tell a woman that?
Why would you ever want to say that? I would, and we could discuss whether or not we all pay for it or not, right? Like that'll be a funny conversation.
That'll be a funny
we'll do that on an off topic. Maybe we'll do like an off topic on a Saturday or something.
Do men pay for box?
Yeah. but to post that, I was like, you know what? That's gonna be simp post of the week because that was a weird flex.
Like it was weird. And I hate dudes who do that.
Y'all,
it's a cornball post of the week. That's what the hell that
should be. You're right. That is
the
so speaking of cornballs, do we really think Kevin? James Harden paid $100K to talk to Sweetie. I think that's a lot of money for attention.
I don't think he did that.
I don't think he did that
because she talked to Quavo for him saying, "You a icy girl and I'm a glacier boy." That got you in Quavo's DMs. That got you in Quavo dating.
Yeah.
James Harden, who has way more money than Quavo.
I have a hard time believing that he cashed out a woman $100,000.
Me either, because I would believe Cash App would call you and be like, yo, no. First of all, that's my thing. I believe Cash App that. And my thing is, I'm sorry, I don't believe Cash. It's a lot of, you niggas be making a lot of shit up that I just don't believe. Like,
yeah, I'm with you on that, man. Like, I don't believe it. And like, look, I believe that athletes are corny as fuck, but I don't think anybody has dropped $100,000
to Sweetie. And Sweetie, you beautiful.
No, Sweetie, bro,
you got your shit,
man. I wouldn't drop that to it. Maybe Rihanna.
Yeah,
maybe Rihanna.
You know,
maybe Rihanna. I mean, if I had $130 million, I'd cash out.
Rihanna. I understood why Warren Buffett was taking people's money. Like whoever was the biggest donor got to have dinner with him.
Yeah.
It's Warren fucking Buffett. You're gonna make that money back, yeah. Right? Sweetie, nah. And I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't have $100,000 to meet Sweetie, but I would say it like this: I don't have $100,000 to give anybody. But if I had it, Sweetie's not at the top of my list. And I mean, if it's women,
it's pretty much just Rihanna, and that's it.
Me, I don't even know who.
It's just Rihanna. Like who else? No, there is no one else.
Like when y'all try to tell us that Uzi Vert put a $4 million diamond in his forehead, I knew that was a lie. Like it's certain shit we just lie about, and we gotta stop with the lies. I love it though, it's funny. But sweetie, if you did get the 100K, if I'm James Harden, I'm calling my bank after I done spoke to you, and I'm getting that shit returned. Like I'm doing that shit, man. We gotta shout out to those women, man.
Hey, shout out to all the women hustlers, man. Like, hey, y'all keep going out here and keep getting it.
Get your fucking money.
Yeah, keep getting it, man. You'll never get any hate over here, but fellas, I'm gonna try to put y'all on game so y'all don't fall for this shit.
Look, man. We want to thank y'all. We gonna holler at y'all next week. We got a baby shower this week. If I don't go crazy.
Hey, it's a podcast for all the hustlers, ballers, man.
Look, he remembered.
Hey, all the time, man.
Look, man. And we gonna holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.
This is my shit, by the way. Sorry.
I love bitches, thug bitches, shy bitches.
I probably should have muted that part out, but it's okay. Jay-Z said it. Get him out of here. Never mind. And get Karl Malone out of here. Foul. Whenever y'all decide to get Karl Malone out of this motherfucker, please let me know so I can be on that boat.
There's no canceling going on, man.
We gotta get him out of here. Apparently, Mark Wahlberg, he used to, like in the 80s, he got like a whole racist like charge and shit.
Yeah, he did. There's no canceling, man.
Damn.
There's no canceling.
And plus, Mark, it was 40 years ago.
Yeah, I'm never gonna excuse a bigot, but hey, man, free speech, man.
Free speech. Only person we gotta get out of here is who? R. Kelly? Never mind.
I don't even know what's going on with him right now.
I don't know either, man. Poor R. Kelly, man. Not really though. All right, we'll holler at y'all.